I love it when I'm right. I really do. I said it when we were going over Augusta. I said it. We were gonna get Iuno drip marketing in less than 24 hours, and I was right. We all knew this, though. I'm not some seance person. I can't see into the future. You can just kind of infer this. We all knew this was coming, all right? And here we are. She looks amazing. All right, out the gate. I have this when they drip marketed all these in 2.4. I was like, was probably my favorite when it came to design. I think we all know why, but also because, um, Furlough was my favorite lore character and stuff. But she is my, look at her. She looks amazing. While the moon cycles, I remain the anchor. Oh, it's so cool. We got so much going on here in an interesting way. Let's break it down. Let's check this shit out. So, what am I inferring off of this? Nothing, to be honest. I have no idea. She looks absolutely stupendous. We already knew she was rocking the moon, sun and moon type vibes going on here. I love the twin tails. This is I didn't like the headpiece on Augusta, but I love this headpiece. This little shit going on here with the twin tails is immaculate. She looks insane as a character. God damn. God damn. It looks so good. She kind of trapped in this little water painting type thing, and you can kind of see here we got the stars going around. Looks like times are passing and stuff. We got the moon, the stars. So I don't know. Like the only thing I can infer is while the moon cycles, I remain the anchor. I don't know what this means. I really don't. But we got some other stuff because as well, we got a little short to look at. Whoop. Let's check her out. Hold a second. Love the music. Sounds amazing. So this thing though, it's a chakram, but it kind of looks like a bow. You know, I'm not crazy here, right? This looks a little bit like a bow. Transforms into like that. Now, people are assuming this could be a chakram, and that could be wrong. It could be like one of those chakram things. I think she's a bow user. I think she might be using a gun, and it's a bow instead. That's my theory. Um, Now other people are like, "Oh, she's gonna be using other weapons and stuff." I forget the name of the weapons because I'm stupid, but I think she's gonna be a gun user and stuff. That just based off of this bow type thing, which she doesn't give me this main DPS vibes though. She kind of give me the sub DPS, maybe healer type thing. But let's check it out. Post lament, something I can't never pronounce. Archive. Iuno is a priestess and well known in Septimont for being a prodigy. She is blessed with the infallible ability to see the future by studying how moonlight changes. Blessings can be curses by another name. Some may say, and they may be correct. But Yuno is not one to bow to conventions. She strives to bring variation to the constants of fate, the way she brought moonlight to set against daylight. First off, usually you kind of would go, oh, this is interesting. By studying the moonlight, I would assume she'd be studying the moon, but studying the moonlight is interesting. And we all been through a little bit classes. Some of us have. We all know the moon reflects the sun. uh, and how it's set up. And I don't, I that's about as much as I know. But studying how the moonlight changes, this is interesting. It kind of gives obviously the whole yin and yang thing going on with Augusta, but studying how the moonlight changes is I can't. Some lore guys are gonna break that shit down real deep. I cannot, but it opens up a bit of conversation as to see how Mm, she kind of like, in a weird way, the sun is Augusta, and she projects her sun onto the moon, and then the moon projects down. And so, in a way, it's kind of like being the translator, the officiator, what's the word I'm looking for? She speaks for the sun, but also the moon type of thing going on here. That's what I feel like's happening. Um, the other thing that's interesting, she strives to bring variation to the constants of fate. That's a crazy ass statement, all right? Because we all, y'all know fate. Fate's a fickle bitch, and fate doesn't change that much. Or fate is fate, you know. Bringing variation to the constants of fate is pretty interesting. This is the weird thing. Moonlight set against daylight. Um, Now I could just be misportraying this, but moonlight is sunlight, just reflected by the moon. Um, so I don't know how moonlight is set against the daylight. That's been intriguing to me. It's set against the daylight, which I would infer the daylight being Augusta. So it almost feels like they're at odds in an odd way. But other than that, like if we just bring her back up real quick, she just looks amazing. I don't have, I can't infer too much off of this, to be honest. She looks gorgeous. I love her design. Probably one of my favorite character designs to date. She's rocking that Miku look, Um, crazy fit though. Let's keep it a buck. The crazy outfit. Absolutely immaculate. I love the rings. I'm a big ring fan. But my only things are I think she's a bow. She's gonna use a bow, not chakrams. And I think she's a gun user, as in like the gun weapon, but and then the other thing I'm curious about is how moonlight, sunlight, or moonlight, daylight, and changing of the fates, which is a hard thing to do. But that's all. Very short. She looks immaculate. What am I gonna say? We all knew her. We saw the drip marketing. Let me know if you're excited. I'm super excited. If you liked it, give it a like or subscribe. But anywho, go away now. Ciao. Bye.